Hello, Facebook world. It is positive and productive. One of my favorite ways to start Monday mornings. Um, Something that's really cool is it's starting to feel like Mondays again, which may be a weird statement, but I am what I am and I love structure. And working from home, I've always kind of worked from home intermittently. Well, the last few years, I should say. Like the dates kind of blend together now more than they did in the past. And I read a really cool article that was explaining temporal timekeeping, which is something that's always fascinated me. How the brain can calculate down to the second. Like, that feeling when you're at a stoplight in traffic and your brain tells you, hey, should have changed already. How do you know that? Well, you're always consuming everything around you, all these little micro expressions that not only people give you, but the world gives you. So our brains actually have this temporal timekeeping. Regardless of ever seeing a clock, you would keep time by being aware of typical spans of moments that occur in recurring situations, which is just a fancy way to say our brains are pretty awesome processors. So I kind of knew that before, but I never put it together with the fact that I cannot figure out what day of the week it is lately. So I read this cool article, and I wish I would have remembered or written down where it was from. But basically, it said, because we're not encountering those typical time periods, I'm not getting in my car and driving every Tuesday to go coach. I'm not dropping my son off at school in the morning every day. My brain has lost its ability to keep time. What the article didn't say, what I'm super stoked about, is I think it's finding a new way to calculate, because today feels like a Monday. I'm happy about that. Monday used to be my favorite day of the week. And it's even better when I have my friends here. Hey, Vinny. Hey, Lynn. And anybody else tuning in now, or if you're watching this later. We're going to actually do our activity together today. So hopefully you have pen and paper, or you're going to type this on your computer. If you can, I highly suggest doing it with me, because I'm going to reveal something at the end, which would really be a disservice. So what I'm saying is, if you're listening and you plan on going back and doing this later, I'm going to give you some knowledge that will change the way that this activity goes. Like, spoiler alert, right? Which is fine. You do you, right? So while you're getting something to write with, or getting yourself in a place where you can write, we are just going to do lists. This isn't a writing activity. But we want to get really clear and focused on our goals today. So I know it's positive and productive, but productivity to me is like not putting Band-Aids on a leaking ship. I don't know if you're familiar with this feeling of repeatedly like, where did my day go? Like, what did I even get done? Or where did my month go? Where did my year go? Where did my life go? Like, those aren't good feelings. So the way we work on getting rid of those feelings is, one, just being intentional. Sometimes your day went exactly where it needed to go, but you just went through autopilot. But sometimes your day does kind of bleed out, like it's leaking. I think of a ship with a hole in it. That's going to cause some problems over time. Maybe not right away, but over time, depending on how big the ship is and how big the hole is. Anyways, geez, long story. We're going to get really clear. So what I need you to do is think about all the areas of your life that you have goals. You don't need to write this down, just think. Like, for me, I have athletic goals, I have career goals, I have relationship goals, and I have family goals. And sometimes relationship and family kind of lump together for me, because when I say relationship, I just mean me and other people connecting in general, my relationships with the humans in the world around me. And you might have other areas, right? Like, I don't have a goal currently, an area of my life where I'm thinking about materialism, or, like my house or whatever. But that's just where I'm at. So it's up to you, but we can only pick one area for today's activity. That's how that'll work. And What I need you to do is get ready and just brainstorm a list of 25 things. I didn't do it in advance, so I don't know how long that's going to take, but we only have 10 minutes together, so I'm going to say try to give yourself 2 minutes, starting now. 25 goals in that area of your life. I'm going to do career goals. Don't worry about how specific you are. They can be vague, like I want to be a writer, or I want to publish 5 books in 5 years. Your call. And maybe both make it on the list, because 25 is a lot. Yeah, we're going to need more than 2 minutes. Just keep writing. Keep going. Hopefully you're writing down your 25 goals and not finding any friction in being able to come up with them. Oh, hey, morning, Richard. 25 goals in an area of your life. Great. Another 30 seconds. All right, finish up and put your writing utensil down, whether it's your fingers typing or a pen or pencil. If you don't have 25, don't worry about it. That's really telling. You know, if you had 25 things that were important to you, they would have poured out quickly. They would have been at the top of your mind. Now the harder part, more difficult, unless maybe you didn't have 25, might be a little easier, but what I want you to do is to go back and look, what are the top 5? Like if you could only do 5, if you typed highlight them, or copy and paste the top 5 to a new list. If you wrote them, circle them. Like if you could only do 5, what would those 5 be? Okay, here's the news, my friends. Similar to if anyone's ever done like Dave Ramsey's financial advice or heard of the snowballing method, we cannot do 25 things well. We can do 25 things okay. Arguably, it's actually hard to do 5 things well. We can really only do 1 thing super well, 5 things pretty good. if we focus on 25 things, they'd all be all right, depending on your energy levels. So everything on your list is important. However, your time and energy needs to be poured into those top 5 things. That's how you create purpose in your life. One of the ways, right, is by really drilling in and focusing on the things that are the most important to you. These need to be your priorities. The rest of the list kind of has to go. It's not that they're not important to you, but you only have so much time. I'm 36, so I did some math. I've been on this planet a little over 12,000 days. And if I take an average lifespan, I have about 13,000 left. So I'm nearing the typical half point of my life. I need to start being pretty intentional about where I spend my time and energy if I want to make the things on my list a reality. And the same activity can be done on a smaller scale too. You don't have to talk about big career goals. You could list 20 things you need to do today. I'm not getting 20 things done in a day. I sit down, circle my top 3. Those have to be done. That's my priority. The rest of them must not have been as important, and who knows what tomorrow will bring. And that's the truth for anything. We never know what tomorrow will bring. But as hard as it sounds, you do need to be really honed in, or else you're going to be that leaking ship, bleeding your energy out everywhere. So I don't know. I find it really encouraging to get clear about what I want. And I'd recommend coming back to this activity often because your priorities change throughout your life. And you never know where you're going to be the next week. So that's our positive and productive tip for this Monday. I did put a link to an article that talks about this. James Clear is one of my favorites. If you go to his website, he sorts all of his articles in a way that makes sense to me. This one came from a particular one called the 2-List Method that came from Warren Buffett. And it goes through a narrative and a step-by-step guide of how to do it. So there you are. And, I don't know if you saw the news. Unfortunately, Kirsten had a minor injury. Nothing big. She just strained her back. So I'm jumping in at her noon fitness video. So if you're there to work out, I'll get to see you twice today. I love all of you. I hope you have the kind of day you want to have, whether it's a wonderful day, a calm day, whatever day you're looking for. I hope you get it and do the things you need to do to make it happen. And if you're looking for more support in your days, feel free to reach out via Facebook message or call our peer service line. At Rock Recovery, we love you and consider you family. See you later, friends.